Damn. Kim was like, we're talking about
the most recent ep of the Kardashians where Kim K is just like blatantly having
I didn't see it.
Well, it's all... I didn't realize also next week is the finale of season 2. I know it came
and went.
Ugh.
Came in like a lamb and went out like a lamb.
Yeah. And this whole, like, the past 2 episodes have just been about Kim fitting into Marilyn Monroe's dress. But the whole thing is like, will I do it? I have to do it. And I have to lose weight. And I'll do whatever it takes to lose the weight to fit into this dress. And it's like...
What does she do? Just work out?
She's like on Ozempic.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
like,
yeah, she's like working out in like a
ostensibly.
sweatsuit. She's like working out and she's like, I don't eat carbs haven't had a carb in a month. And then she like finally fits into the dress and is like feeling herself.
That is disgusting.
No, it's insane. And she's like,
this is
I'm
a
just
plot
so
point.
proud of myself for really having this vision and being able to achieve it. It means so much to me. And I can't tell you how proud I am of myself. And I was like,
Hulu.
I was like so triggered.
Isn't Disney, don't they own Hulu?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Love.
Yeah.
Just being like, let's normalize this
is a
raging eating
that's
disorder.
That's an eating disorder.
That is like a cry for help.
Anyone
Guys,
else?
I'm just really proud of myself. And like there's like inspirational music playing probably.
Yeah, and it's celebrated with like gorgeous photo shoots and just like a fun night. And then at the end, she's like, I'm going to eat a piece of pizza and 2 donuts because I haven't eaten carbs in a month.
But it's not like she's like training for the Olympics.
No, but I guess it is kind of her Olympics. In the scope of her life, it is, I guess, a huge accomplishment. But I'm also, and what is interesting to me is that can be a huge accomplishment for her, but then also her prison reform work can be a huge accomplishment, and both are happening at the same time.
She has duality.
But I'm also, as a person with body dysmorphic
it's hard
issues,
to watch.
It's really hard to watch because
I'm
like...
Devil's advocate, though, it's in a way refreshing that a famous person is like being real about that kind of shit, because most celebrities won't tell you that they're like starving themselves for some kind of award show or like you know what I mean? Like a big fashion night. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm like, at least she's being honest that like,
yeah,
because half the people that you see on these shows have starved themselves. They haven't eaten that day. I'm talking about mostly the women. Mm-hmm. And it's fucked up that they have to do that, but like no one talks about the fact that they're like, wow, you look so amazing. And it's like, yeah, because that person probably hasn't eaten in 2 days.
Well, yeah, and men too.
No, and the men too,
like,
for sure.
Hollywood dudes to get shredded, like, can't eat anything.
Oh, no. I'm talking about like like red carpet moments. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and then that's why they all get so fucked up, because they're all like, it's like they've been in space for a week.
Yeah.
But in a way, at least she's being like honest about the rigorous hell that it takes to fit into a dress.
It's really selective transparency, though.
Yeah,
what would be the most refreshing is if it's like, okay, we're going to talk about all of it. Like, we're going to talk about
her eating disorder,
all the procedures, exactly what I eat, me going potentially on diet pills, allegedly. Like, I hope that it's building up to that, because that honestly makes people feel better when people are honest about that kind of thing.
I was reading some reviews saying that it's like, it's just not, the show isn't fun. And I felt that when I watched it. The show really isn't that fun anymore, because it's just all about like,
it's fun for me.
I know, but it's just, there's no candor anymore. Not that there had been for a while on the original Kardashians, but at least in like the beginning, it was like, and even when they got super famous, it was like you're not going to get Kim and Kourtney having a fist fight again.
Yeah, no, it's like hyper produced now, but it's like shinier and glossier and
yeah,
just more over the top in terms of wealth and fashion.
I do like that they're like, I do like Kris being unabashed about her wealth.
Mm-hmm. She's earned it.
No, she has.
She's a hard worker.
When she's like, I forgot I had a high-rise condo on Wilshire.
On
the Wilshire corridor. It's like,
May we all forget.
May we all forget.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick before we discuss an important matter, there was a TikTok of Janice Dickinson going, "Guys, I've told you this before. I'm not Caitlyn Jenner."
That's a common thread on her TikTok is people are always commenting, "You look like Caitlyn Jenner." And then she has to be like, "I'm not Caitlyn Jenner."
I love that. And then she goes, "Maybe I am Caitlyn Jenner."
I'm obsessed with her TikTok presence because I say this also as a person who's suffering from like a major pull in my back right now. And like, I'm like working at a snail's pace.
Yeah.
Truly.
You and Simon both.
I feel old as shit.
Yeah, I do too.
Janice Dickinson, her rickety energy on TikTok really does it for me.
She's wooden. Not in soul or spirit, but in her
But no,
joints.
it's just the general, that's the way it goes when you age.
She's like 70, right?
Yeah.
She looks amazing.
She looks incredible. But
Maybe we
I
all look
love
like-
that she's out here. She's on the
She's on
platform.
TikTok.
She's just making her slow way into the kitchen and having an assistant filmer. And it's really good. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that she's around and in the mix.
Fucking models.
Do something, you stupid models.
Sorry, I'm just fixing my. I need to talk about. We need to talk about Falling for Christmas. I know you haven't watched it yet.
I
but
know. I mean to watch it. It's not like I'm trying not to.
No,
but
I
I'm
get
just...
it. But we need to, because it is like time sensitive. I just need to discuss my thoughts on it, and you can just chime in. So I watched it this weekend. It was better than I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay was really good, and she's better than she needs to be, and she still got it. She has the star quality still.
The sparkle is there.
Sparkle's there.
It's not serving Liz and Dick energy.
No, it's serving like lucid, clear-headed, and
Herbie fully loaded.
Comedic moments, and just like there's a moment where she looks like Judy Garland, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like she has that still. Her face journey has healed and settled. She has really good plastic surgery now or Botox.
Whatever she's getting is looking age appropriate.
Her skin
natural.
is amazing. Her hair looks fucking full and just like awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I noticed, her voice is way less gravelly, and it feels like she maybe quit smoking because she's able to hit like high, like when she like her voice.
She does the Lindsay squeal.
Yeah, but she doesn't have that like anymore, and her teeth look amazing. She just looks great, and she can still act.
She seems happy and healthy.
Yeah, and I feel like when she was doing like the Canyons days or like Liz and Dick, like she was so fucked up. I think she was not sober, and I think she forgot how to act.
Well, yeah, how could you even?
Right, but she's on set in every capacity, and she's giving actor.
I love that for her. I'm really
I mean, the movie's
loving
bad.
to know. Yeah, that's the thing too that I'm like, I know I'm just not a big Christmas movie person in general.
Right.
I'm like, I love it, but I also when I
The bar
am
is low.
prioritizing things, I'm like, maybe I'll watch that around Christmas with my family. Maybe I'll never watch it, but I support and appreciate her road to stardom kind of ramping up once again.
Well, you can stay tuned for An Irish Wish.
Yeah.
Well, it's the #1 movie in the world on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And she...
Praise be
to the Federation. She did a post last night thanking everyone and all her longtime believers, which I thought was sweet. But a few thoughts. Cord Overstreet.
Chored.
I'm confused by him. Her fiance, her like ne'er-do-well fiance in the movie is like, there's a weird plot where, spoiler, I'm just going to say
No,
it.
yeah.
He's like this Insta person who's like all about like getting followers and like being an influencer, and he's trying to make her like this heiress influencer type.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like gay. Like he's flaming gay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of like you're and he's British, so you're not sure if he's just like playing like
he's
fruity.
metrosexual.
And then at the end he literally is like a bisexual, like it's basically the B plot is this man's journey into realizing that he's bisexual Or maybe he always was bisexual because at the end,
Okay.
he ends up leaving with Lindsay's assistant, who's a man.
Wow.
And
That's oddly progressive for
Yeah.
one of these types of movies.
And the way Lindsay breaks up with him is very much like, you're gay. Like, it's very much like a girl to her, like, high school boyfriend being like, thank you for taking me to prom, but, like, you're gay.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I know you. You'll be over this by New Year's. And then he's like, what do you do? Do you have plans for New Year's? To her, like, gay assistant. And he's like, sure. And they head off together.
I love.
And it's like but it's also like kind of fucked up because he's like a repulsive, repugnant person. So it's like, oh, those crazy
No, but gay,
queers.
you have to have gay representation of being repulsive and repugnant. That's true equality in entertainment.
It did feel weirdly, and especially in the wake of like Candace Cameron Burr's announcement, like it feels very progressive and like a fuck you to like Christmas trad family movies, you know what I mean? So I was kind of like, go off, Lindsay.
Yeah, you have to show all aspects and let people be villainous. They can't just be virtuous,
Right.
like Che Diaz vibes.
So the other thing that was very interesting was at the end, she has like a stand-in kiss Cord Overstreet, and it's pretty clear.
I would too.
I know, but when they kiss, it's like he's kissing her like cheek, and her face is totally turned, and it's not her. So I feel like it has something to do with her marriage, and like I think her husband's very traditional, and I don't think it seems like, I mean, I'm not 100% positive it was a stand-in, but like someone said, I'm pretty sure she had a stand-in for that, and it looked like a stand-in.
I wonder if it's her Muslim religion that's like, don't.
Or if she's not, maybe she's trying to be respectful to his. I don't know what's going on, but it was I was like, when I saw it, I was like, it was like Uncanny Valley. And I was like, wait, that's not Lindsay. That's not Lindsay.
I will say I've noticed her dressing a lot more conservatively. Like the way she's styled seems very conservative.
La Roach.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if that plays a big role in it.
You know what? I hope that I think it's great. And if she has adopted that religion, like it's clearly working for her. And
she
like
needed to find God.
Yeah. And like I think it's awesome. And like if she needed religion to like find some stability and sobriety of even if it's not like actual sobriety, but just some kind of sobriety, then like go off.
She needed a connection to some sort of higher power.
Yeah.
And if it's a law, so be it. It's really working for her.
If any a god of your choosing, and I think it's working for her. So if this is the case and she has converted, like keep going.
Allah goes, keep serving cunt, girl.
You better keep on serving cunt. But it's really like, I'm so fascinated by her.
Yeah. And there's the air of mystery a little bit still where you don't know what's going on, which is a good thing.
Yeah, she finds a way to be confounding even when she seems totally normal. And she is giving like slight pod person in interviews and whatnot. But she's serving cunt. Yeah,
I mean, we're so used to seeing her every move tracked and knowing every single element about her life for like it was
daily.
Yeah. That period of time where it was every single day.
Every moment.
She was in the news, everywhere she went,
the paparazzi,
everything she did.
A swarm of paparazzi.
Yeah. And so now when you don't have that, it's like, what's going on? But also when you go from literally talking in like a foreign accent to
being
when you have
Long Island again?
Of the Federation, to being just a seemingly normal and lucid version of yourself that everyone knows was there at one point.
Yeah,
it is confusing because you're like, what happened between now and then? But
I think in this age of knowing so much about all these fucking famous people, the fact that she has removed herself and it's
the best thing she could possibly do.
It's working for her, and and then it's like somehow she's become one of like the most mysterious celebrities. And it's like,
it took like 7 years.
It took like a decade, but like she's gone from Speed the Plow to
she's gone from Sick Note
She's going from sick no to labor pains to
the
like,
canyons to Lohan Beach House.
To
Lohan Beach House was what, 2019?
that was literally 3 years ago, and like she was absolutely
this is night and day.
She was out of her fucking gourd because I think she was on drugs.
For those of you who have not listened to Carey and I recap Lohan Beach House, you have to. It's essential to understand our journeys with Lindsay Lohan.
And as absurd as the stuff we talk about, just know that we're just reporting what we saw.
Yeah, and that's where a lot of the lore came from about the Federation and like a lot of our just like myth making. It's like essential sup listening. So go back and find it.
And like the cast is out of control.
I still follow Mike G.
I do too.
On TikTok. He's
hot.
Great. He has a lot of followers.
He looks like he has a
big old
hog.
And good pecs.
But he was also such a he was so
he was
game.
shamed. He was shamed for being too sexy.
But when he came on our show, he was a true loller.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's
to go from that to now, it's like truly she has been on a journey and I need to know what that journey was.
But I also don't want to know. There's a part of me that wants
it's good for her to withhold that.
That's what a celebrity, she's giving true celebrity is what I'm trying to say. She's giving bona fide old school celeb mysterious. What's he doing?
He's just sniffing. So, but I think the Kardashians do that in their own way too, because it is a propaganda machine of you only see what they want you to see.
Yeah.
You're never going to know like the full goings on. You get this like glossy veneer that kind of talks about things, but it's never really talking about them.
I mean, I'm also thinking about Lindsay week 2 of COVID, just realizing there was a pandemic. And when we were all locked down and making
crab. Wasn't she? I want to cook some crab for my friends. She goes, I'm cooking crab.
She goes, stay inside, stay home. We can do so much at home. I can cook at home. She goes, I will be making crab soup, lobster bisque. I was like, honey, where you been?
And that was 2020, and now we're like, that was 2.5 years. So something radical has happened. Maybe COVID was really grounding for her.
Maybe she got long COVID and it made her.
I don't know what happened, but whatever it is,
it's working.
It's working. Please, keep it up.
Please.
Praise Allah and
praise who higher power in any form. Please keep her. I just pray that she keeps it up because
me too.
I will be so bummed because I know the tabloids are licking their lips. They're waiting.
No, but I think they can't do it anymore.
You're right.
That's the.
She has an ability too that somehow like everyone.
They have goodwill towards her. Some people just have that goodwill that's generated towards them where they can fuck up for so long, but people want to give them a chance. It was like the Robert Downey Jr. thing too.
Our generation is very protective of her, I think.
Yeah.
Like because we grew up like she was like our proxy.
And she's like the ultimate celeb, like meltdown.
But more than
But then also just someone that could not get out of their own way. And that's relatable because a lot of us struggle with that to varying degrees.
And listen, even when she was messy, she was
serving good. She's never not served.
She's always been serving looks. And by looks, I mean behavior too. Mm-hmm. She's always been serving.
She's been like driving into trees. You know what I mean? Like she just drove into walls for a period of time. She's done it all.
She crashed her car with an assistant on the PCH like 8 times.
Yeah.
She literally flipped a car and then ran out of it. May we all.
I want her to get back. She should write a book. In the next 5 years.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I think she should tell her story. The Federation wants a story told. What she should do is she should work, win the Oscar.
And then write a book.
Win the Golden Globe. She needs to be in like a chic limited series. Then have like
she needs to win a Golden Globe.
Yeah. Win a Golden Globe, an Emmy, or an Oscar. Maybe EGOT. And then once she's achieved all those, because she could be in musical theater. She's a singer.
She's good. She's a
great singer. And once she's reached EGOT status, when she's like 65 or like 70,
she writes a book.
Then she writes a book. I'm going to tell my tale.
The best thing she could have ever done is get away from fucking Dina and Michael.
Yeah, but weren't they at the premiere?
I know, but I mean, like, not live.
Yeah.
In the same studio state.
I want to know her story, but I need her to be able to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And
power.
Have that kind of older age wisdom where you like don't give a fuck anymore and you're gonna just spill the tea.
I'll never forget. The people of Athens are such good friends of mine. They have adopted me. That was shunking. That was
in Lohan Beach Club era.
No, like the first time she ever debuted her accent in an interview when she was opening Lohan nightclub.
Yeah.
And she had that blonde hair. And she was like, I praise the people of Greece for welcoming me with open arms. And Perez Hilton tried to say something and I was like, shut up, bitch.
It's global.
Yeah. Anyway.
I love that for her. Can I just say one thing? No. Well, I have two things actually.
You can't.
Denise Richards' car was shot.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Denise Richards was almost obliterated by some road rager.
Denise and Aaron in like I think like on the PCH or something. He was driving her to set for some fucking dog shit thing that she's in, and they were fired at by someone who was mad at Aaron for being slow. And my first thought was,
this isn't going to do much for his paranoia.
Big Pharma?
Mm-hmm.
They're dark.
They're out here getting shot at in Malibu.
My favorite was, I mean, this is terrible. I'm not laughing, but like my favorite thing was that in the TMZ article, they clearly like made them say this. They were like, Denise powered through for 12 hours on set. And I was like, damn.
Fucking strong queen.
And then Aaron drove her home with a personal security brigade. But wow. I was just like, God, what is happening? That was actually insane.
Mm-hmm.
And why is she not on Housewives when that happened?
I know. It's such a missed op.
We've been deprived of that moment.
It's so sad.
She got shot at.
What?
Like, I mean, she probably has been shot at many times by Charlie Sheen, but
like, what? I need to know, like, what all happened.
Yeah, I feel like
because road rage doesn't go from 0 to 60. You don't start shooting someone just for being slow.
You don't know though. In
LA,
mean,
but I feel like it ramps up. Like you start out screaming, you're so angry, but then it usually takes like it's like some sort of eye contact or something has to happen with another person.
Maybe Aaron went. Do you think it was an assassination attempt?
Something's afoot. I mean, I got in a road rage incident once where a girl spit at me. Like, but I also was like, we both stopped at a stop sign and then
in LA?
I had the right of way. Yeah. It was a 4-way stop. I had the right of way and I went and then, but she tried to go and then had to like slam the brakes. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, just like, was like, what? And then she was like,
I've been in a road rage moment.
They happen.
Yeah. But there must be something that we're not hearing.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy.
Crazy.
But like in the last year, like some dark shit's happening. Like her daughter doesn't live with them anymore.
But I think they're friends again, or the daughter joined OnlyFans, and then Denise was like,
I want to too.
I support this, and also I'm going to join OnlyFans. It's a dark family.
Did the daughter go to live with Charlie?
I think so. Whoa. But then maybe moved back.
I think
it's really how long can you live at Charlie Sheen's house? It's like, I give it a week, and then you're out.
Damn. Well, praying for Denise, but it's still like, it is. Because there was that one moment where, remember, they were driving and they're like, there's that car again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he's going to be more paranoid than ever now.
Why did we not get more of that story? That was like a real miss on Bravo's to like make that a plot of their... I mean, Aaron is truly Dirty John.
Yeah, and I think that it all became...
It just became about
I
gay
kind of
panic.
blame Rinna a little bit because she
made it all.
It became about Denise asking them like not to curse around her kids. Remember, wasn't that like something that got litigated for like 45
Yeah.
episodes.
Or
And
talking
then,
about threesomes.
yeah, and then the Brandy stuff came out. And then
You're right. It was like Rinna's revenge for being parent shamed or something.
yeah, Rinna got a bee in her bonnet and like couldn't let something go. And because she just held on to it like a dog with a bone, we never got to like fully dive in. But I feel like also just knowing the way Denise reacted to all of that, it's like we would never, the second you try and like push and get deeper because there is so much darkness, she like retreats.
Yeah, and I support her. I'll always be a Denise head.
I know, but I support her coming back to Real Housewives and actually showing up to do the job.
She won't.
No. Wait, one more thing is that KFC, I read, is opening a pub in the UK.
What?
It's called the Colonel Arms.
No.
Yes. KFC is
Colonel
out
Arms.
here opening pubs.
For pints? You can get
For
a pint.
pints. You can get pints. You can probably get a gin and
You
tonic.
can get pints and a bucket of chicken.
You can get Animal 57 chicken.
What's that?
It's like a chicken that's just grown in a tube. It's like the kind of chicken that they use. It's like lab engineered.
Oh,
It's like truly, it's chickens that like are literally born in a cage and die in a cage and are pumped full of like.
No, stop, because this literally, I could never go like vegan or vegetarian if I could try, because I crave meat, but like that is the one, when I hear about that, that makes me want to be.
Like KFC.
They make the chickens so fat that they can't walk, and it's like, that literally brings tears to my eyes because it's the most horrifying thing I can think of.
No, I feel like they're committing like crazy chicken abuse to get this like chicken that's fine. But have you ever felt like really good after eating a KFC meal?
I mean, I
like,
haven't had KFC in probably 20 years.
I know, and now I'm talking about
Now I
craving
want
it. I'm like those mashed potatoes and that
Oh, the
brown gravy.
Well, I was more of a Boston Market person, Boston chicken. But no, I love the idea of
like a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, or just like going like on nights where like my dad was out of town, my mom would be like, "Let's go to Boston chicken."
We would do KFC, like that was in the rotation as a kid, but and it was good. But then once I learned about Animal 57s, which was in high school, I was like, I think I've eaten KFC maybe 2 times in the past like 20 years. It's just not the go-to.
But I love the idea of British people going down to Colonel Farms.
Hey, meet me at the Colonel Arms. We're going to celebrate the Prince Charles.
The coronation. We're going to watch King Charles III be crowned at the Colonel Arms.
Meet me at the bloody Colonel Arms.
A bucket of chick and a pint of ale. I'm like,
it's so bizarre to me.
It's truly Stars coffee.
It is Stars coffee.
Wait, I just love
I knew you would love that.
I love like a bunch of like people from like the East End piling into a pub at Colonel Arms to see the king be crowned.
They came all in, spilling out the front door, choosing left and right at the Colonel Arms. Like drunk, just hanging off the side of
the last time I went to a true pub was my family went to London for Thanksgiving, like before I got sober. And the first night we got
you were
there,
at the Colonel Arms.
You were
spiritually, you were at the Colonel Arms.
Colonel Arms. I tried to bring a guy home to where my family was staying. And, like that's how fucked up I was.
You went full Colonel Arms.
And my dad had to like pay the guy to leave because he didn't have money to get home. I need to give the cabbie anyway. But we went to a pub the first night. Me and my parents got there before anyone, and we got there like late afternoon. And then we fell asleep, and then we woke up and it was like 9 p.m. and we were jet lagged, and we were like, "Oh!"
You said we got to go to the Colonel.
We got to go to the Colonel Arms. So we went to like the Colonel Arms in some weird part of London, and this really British lady started chatting up me dad in front of me mom.
How dare she?
And my mom was sitting there with her Chardonnay, and she went, "Well, this is funny." But I went, that was a true Colonel Arms moment.
Nothing is off the table at the Colonel Arms. There are no rules here at the Colonel Arms.
Pick up this American chap in front of his wife.
We don't recognize the union of marriage at the Colonel Arms.
No. I love that.
Also, like, Kentucky Fried Chicken is one
That's
of the most
sick.
American, like, it's the antithesis. I feel like
There are
Kentucky Fried Chicken is like South. It's like the Colonel who feels slave ownery, Southern.
Absolutely antebellum.
He's like, yeah, colonial, antebellum, like
wretched, racist person.
yeah, like, and there's shades of insurrection, which feel very like. I guess it's not British adjacent, but it also feels so particularly American that I can't imagine that being like
it's against the crown.
Yeah, it's anti-crown. Like the Colonel, I feel like the Colonel's ancestors like refused to drink tea during the Revolution to really stick it to the Brits.
Well,
but now the joke's on the Brits because the Colonel Arms has come to town.
But they do things a little differently. And like when I was living in London, McDonald's are really nice there.
Well, yeah, McDonald's everywhere, like in Europe, are gorgeous.
They have like ciabatta bread.
Yeah.
And then, but they like really do like American brands nice over there.
Mm-hmm. So maybe what you're saying is we're gonna in 2023 have a live show
at the Colonel Arms.
Colonel Arms.
Guys,
we're gonna have a gorgeous event. At the
our
Colonel
UK
Arms.
listeners, please galvanize listeners
to go to the Colonel Arms.
We need a reason to go to London to do a show. Like I would truly die. I'd love to go home.
You need to band together. You need to like start a petition so we can see the sign up. And
we'll do an open mic at Colonel Arms.
The Colonel Arms.
We're gonna walk in with 2 mics and then
we're gonna do crowd work at the Colonel Arms.
We'll get like a few tepid laughs, polite laughter from but mostly they'll be like, "Who the fuck?"
But I think by the end of it, we'd win them over.
Yeah, they think we were cheeky.
I want to have a pint with some old British dudes.
I'll have an
Colonel
O'Doul's.
Arms. You can get a non-alcoholic beer just to be in the spirit. But I want to cheers the pint and have it slosh out all over the floor. I want to get in like a soccer-related fight about like soccer teams.
You want to get stabbed?
Yeah, like I want to like get my teeth knocked out at the Colonel Arms. Are you guys gonna go there? Do you know about this?
Yeah.
British people, like what's
UK
the deal?
readers,
we need boots on the ground.
Can anyone, if you're listening and you live in London, can you please give us a live report from the Colonel Arms?
Yeah, if you send a reader mail from the Colonel Arms, we'll play it on the bonus episode. We need a scene report.
We'll play it on a regular episode.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair.
Anyway, I'm Carey.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to
Sexy, Unique, Colonel Arms.
Colonel Arms, Utah Queens.
Salty Utah Colonels. Side note, the way that Colonel is spelled is so wrong to me always has been. I became aware of it when Colonel Mustard from Clue came on the scene, and I was like, who's Colonel? I was like, who's Colonel?
Colonel.
It's Colonel.
I know,
it's insane. Anyways.
Every time Jen in her tagline says, "I'm fighting for my life," I literally cry and I say same. I'm fighting.
We are all out here fighting for our lives.
I'm fighting for my goddamn life.
Mm-hmm.
I relate.
Same. Every day is a fight.
But I also lol really hard.
Yeah. It's an incredible... We're all in our own fight for our lives.
Daddy John, whose birthday it was this week, is making food for Lisa and sons. And she's sitting doing some kind of like religious craft work with... I'm like, Lisa.
I was triggered. I don't like when moms get into religion because that means now all the kids are going to have to do it too. Because a mom can never just like do religion on her own.
No,
she always has to like make the whole family do it. I urge any moms to just like, you can have this one thing that you like to do and it can be just your thing. You don't need to make your kids do it too.
Yeah, like my mom.
Yeah, like live, laugh, love. Please worship whoever you want. But like, don't drag the kids into it. She goes, "Oh, you got your new scriptures."
She goes, "I really feel like I really want to start getting back into Bible study and scripture study at least once a week."
I was like, I was having like,
it's such bullshit.
Getting dragged to like church 3 times a week as like a tiny tot. She goes, "This really feels like I didn't set a good example. Like, how have I been a good example for my boys? And this feels like the right thing to do. It's course correcting."
I love she's saying that with like a deep, low cut, like cleavage, tan chest.
Yeah. Don't come for her style.
No. I love her style, but like I feel like in terms of like Mormonism,
They're new age.
They're new age Mormons.
They're not like old. Isn't it LDS or the more high neck like?
Well, they just announced that they're supporting codifying same-sex marriage.
The Mormons did.
Mhm.
This is a huge.
Well,
they're trying to get the gays
Yeah,
to
of
become
course.
Mormon, but that's like the smart thing to do if you're like in an MLM religion.
capitalism loves targeting. Like I feel like America always forgets. Like, oh, the gays, they have money.
Yeah,
They'll spend money. So like the Mormons are like an untapped resource of millions of gays.
it's really good for everyone if
To
gays are
progress.
allowed to be equal in every single way. Like from an economical standpoint, you should want them because you get more money if you have them.
And I know there's some insta
I think
gays.
I really do think you make more money by being inclusive than you do exclusive.
Yeah, and I really
I'm talking in terms of like prejudice.
Oh yeah. No, and I think
And I think people are catching on to that. Well, the Mormons certainly have.
and I know there are a ton of insta gays who I can see like converting.
I just still don't. Yeah, just being indoctrinated by the Baptist church into like more like they would tell us all the time about like Mormons' crazy beliefs, and that's just like rang true for me ever since then. Like I can't see
I mean, it isn't
love and light to Mormons, but I also am like, you're wild for this.
They're wild, but
They're a wild bunch, but I love it.
But Catholics are wild.
Everyone's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, Southern Baptists are no better. So
I think it's just like finding gold tablets in Albany or whatever the fuck like is like crazy.
they like believe in like planets.
Like Jesus came to upstate New York.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
amazing.
no.
That's like
But
a
some
hilarious
stuff like they're pioneer with the flower. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The lore is cute. It's just weird.
it's magic with
My mom goes, "You really think a man named Joseph Smith did this?" She was like a big
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, Joe, like that doesn't track. He needs like an old school name."
They're thoroughly modern.
They are modern. They're like, we're doing things our way. There should be a Mormon American Girl doll. Why
probably
hasn't there
is
been?
in Utah.
There's not.
No, but like sold specifically to Mormons.
I know, but like American Girl
Oh,
doll should
wow.
make like a Mormon pioneer or
No, because
like
America like tried to like I mean the Mormons, I mean we'll not get into it.
the girlies are going skiing.
Wild Rose goes, "It's time to be real." She didn't say that, but
Time to be real, and I'm going to take the girls down the hill.
it's time, no pussyfooting anymore. We are
It's
going
time.
straight down the Black Diamond.
I hate when people do this when you're skiing.
Yeah,
and they
fuck
make you
you.
go down the Black Diamond. I'm like, I cannot do this. Why do you want me to die? Why do you want me to not have fun?
I crawled my way down a Black Diamond once. It's
Yeah.
scary.
I just sat on my butt and like
Of course.
slowly.
Were you a snowboarder?
No, I've never snowboarded ever.
Not to hate on either Mormons nor snowboarders, but snowboarders and the skiing I've done, when they fall, they just lay there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lay when I fall as a skier.
Jen arrives and Lisa tags along, and Jen is wearing braids.
The braids are popping. Also, Jen is fully Nanny McPhee in her confessional.
She is. Wild Rose goes.
She's like,
She goes, "Utah is known for having some of the best snow around. Why aren't we taking advantage of this?
we simply must go up the hill and then ski down it, and that is the only way.
Party on the mountain." And they head up on the gondola, and she goes, "No, we are not doing bunny slopes. We are going down the most complicated hill."
I'd be like, I'm gonna kill you.
Fuck you, Whitney.
Yeah.
Whitney recounts her argument with Heather, and she goes, "She physically removed me from her house. I feel like I got screwed over by Heather."
She closed the door and said no more.
She keeps saying she physically removed. I'm like, okay, don't. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to say she like abused you.
Or like pushed you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Did you watch the mid-season trailer?
That black eye, that's such a false. I know it's some red herring.
Don't you think? Like, if I think that it's like she came up to the door and then someone pushed the door in and it hit her.
Like accidentally.
Yeah, like I don't think that
Whitney beat her.
But if she did, go off, queen.
I feel like I got screwed over by cousin Heather.
Cousin Tether. They are tethered, but it's breaking. Fame is breaking them apart.
Fame
it's
is
tearing them apart.
their
They were
family.
not strong enough to both be bad Mormons.
Only one. There can only be one bad Mormon in this family.
Mm-hmm.
And Heather realizes it's Whitney, and she's
Heather's, yeah.
Heather's a flop a little bit. Sorry.
Don't be
Sorry,
sorry
y'all.
to me. I never bought into the Heather fandom.
The industrial complex.
No, I was like, I just
She's fraught.
Yeah, and it's a very loosely tied together act, because the second you start to poke it or question it, there's like meltdown level, like can't hear it level, and I don't trust people like that.
But I know we're going to get some flack because the Heather fans are hardcore.
The Heather army is strong.
The
You know,
the
we
gay
do things
army is
much like the Mormons. We do things differently on this podcast.
Then the best
Deal
moment,
with it.
one of the best moments of the whole season happens. Coach Shah has.
A barbecue party for the boys.
It was really sweet. I could watch a
was
whole
sweet.
episode of men being vulnerable, straight men being vulnerable with each other.
Yeah. I was kind of snoozing during this part, but I love a barbecue spread.
Broad daylight.
And I love these men. And
Seth has a mullet.
I know I'm worried about his hair look, but I'm also turned on. It just is like he does something to me.
Okay.
And him and Meredith, I'm just like, is there anyone sexier? Yes, there are lots of people sexier, but for some reason, they hit my funny bone.
So all the boys come over, including Angie Kay's husband and Danny's husband.
Dana.
Sorry.
Can I say something about Dana?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her.
She's
really awkward on camera.
She's really random.
And she's extremely random.
Angie Kay, Quinn.
She gets to stay.
Angie Harrington,
Love.
you stay.
Dana, literally there was a scene where, what was the scene?
With Meredith.
Yeah, where she's like, how are you? And she goes, I'm good. I did great today. I got up and then I took my son to the thing and then I got this and then I'm going to talk to my mother and then...
And I'm going on a date night with
I was like, you're
husband.
fired.
What are you doing?
You're acting weird.
And
you're
Jen-
acting like a reality show is filming you and you don't know what to do.
And Jen, I mean, we'll talk about it. Jen sets her up for a spike with the fighting on the phone and she's just like...
Dana, no.
I'm like, Dana, step it up.
Stop. Bravo. What the fuck? Hire a professional, okay? You know better than this.
Seth and John are kind of being snooby with each other, snooty, and then they talk it out on the front lawn. And it's like, it was kind of cute. John is like on the verge of tears.
He's so uncomfortable with confrontation, I think.
But he's so imposing and huge. He's so hot.
He's a gentle giant.
I was truly like,
I want them to kiss.
What you have with Seth, I have with John.
I know.
I was
That's why
just
we
like,
work well together.
And I was just like, there was something about him sort of like on the verge of like being so uncomfortable, but also maintaining his sweet like Mormon composure.
And also you imagine like he has a boner the entire time.
Yeah, and then Seth is like, man, I really like we're close, like we're friends. I was just like, fuck me.
Yeah, Eiffel Tower time.
Eiffel Tower.
You're like, hey boys, what are you talking
what's
about? What's going on out here?
And then they go inside and they have a prayer and they eat. And Justin goes, well, my life transitioned the other day. And I was like, stop talking.
I forgot you were here.
Stop talking.
Zip it. Meanwhile, at Meredith's house, Meredith's making a white bean salad with her sister, Myra.
Myra sounds
exactly like her.
Exactly. She's older by 2 years. And then her. Okay. This is going to make me sound bad.
No, I already know what you're going to say. This was
okay.
The most iconic thing to happen in Housewives history was Meredith's monologue in her.
Okay.
Well,
I just need to say, so we meet Myra, whose children, her nephew, Meredith's nephew, who tried to kill himself, and her niece.
Mm-hmm.
And they're visiting for the charity that Meredith is running to support mental health, in quotes. And I'm not trying to sound like a fucking insensitive here, but like, why is she blowing up her nephew's spot like this?
I don't know, but
I was very uncomfortable by that.
I was sad for him.
Because he's 18. He's not even going to college yet. And like, this will stay with him.
On a human level, I was like, you're wrong for this and this is sad for him. On a purely just needing to be entertained level, there's nothing I crave more than a beautiful woman having like a really intense emotional moment and ending a sentence being like, and last winter he drank a bottle of bleach. I was like, this is literally old Hollywood.
She goes, he drank a bottle of bleach. And then she went,
ooh.
What?
My jaw was on the floor. I screamed.
I did too, but I was just
I was like, this, you could not write that. It was the best thing I've ever seen.
Not what he did. Like, that's obviously like horrific. I just was like,
it was a moment.
It was a moment, but I was also like, on a human level though, I was like, okay,
not her story to tell.
it's not her fucking story to tell.
But
I'm
also,
sorry, Mare.
I guess it is her story to tell.
I guess it is, but like, and I guess her sister's okay with it. But like, I was just like, I would never do this to, like, if one of my nieces like had this happen, like, before they went to fucking college.
Obviously,
this will follow him. Like, this is very bizarre to me that Meredith is like blowing up her teenage.
It's bizarre but iconic to tell a story about someone and then end it with,
he drank a bottle of bleach.
And then last winter.
Pause.
He drank a bottle of bleach. It was very, Madeline, I have to speak to Madeline at once. Yeah, it was.
And then Myra and her have a talk. Meredith, the lighting on her was like,
her facelift or whatever is looking great.
No, someone was holding one of those like reflective. I swear to God, the light on her was like, it was like unnaturally, like, it was sunlight.
She's glowing.
She's positive.
And she's tight.
Her sister's not as glamorous as her.
Well, I think Meredith's had some procedures.
Myra.
I love her. They're talking and she goes, how is Alex, by the way? How's it going with him? And Myra goes, you know what? He's so good. He told me that he started to tell his therapist when he's triggered. And I was like, that was the extent of their entire conversation about this. I'm also like, you can't just drop that someone drank a bottle of bleach and not then tell the story.
No, it was so weird to me. And I feel like, honestly,
like was it Clorox? Was it actual bleach? Was it like Windex? Like,
again,
was it like just a shot?
Yeah.
Did he do like the Tide Pod challenge, but he got sick? Like, I need way more information, but I also love the mystery and the drama.
Well, at first I was like, when she said bottle, I was like, oh, a bottle of like painkillers or something.
No, but she took it to a place, a bottle of bleach.
Well,
how do you survive that?
I don't know.
He seems healthy.
He seems great. He was like so sweet. And I just was like, the weird thing too is like, again, God strike me down for saying, but like, it felt like she brought it up when she did to weaponize a little last season when she was like, my nephew was having, you know what I mean? So that it didn't feel like earned. Like, it felt like she just said it to be like, you can't get mad at me because I was going through a really hard time.
I love that though.
But
that's the ultimate narcissism.
It is. But then to be like, so how is Alex?
How is he? Tell me about his mental health.
Tell me about his mental health. And it's a little like, my family's better than yours.
Well, then you're like, okay, no wonder they had fucking issues with each other and didn't speak for like a year or two.
Myra lives in Chicago.
That Meredith also just then starts telling all the tales about Whitney and drama with Heather. And I was like, Myra literally was looking at her like, who's Whitney?
She goes, Myra goes,
Whitney, and she just got so mad at Heather and then Lisa and Jen, and I'm like, this woman does not know who these people are.
No, let's pretend we're Myra and Meredith. So I'll be Myra.
Okay.
So I just want to be sure that with the function coming up, that you invite people that aren't going to detract from what the whole point of the benefit is.
Well, it's really hard to do that because there is so much drama, you know. Heather
drama?
and Whitney have been just at each other's throats, and there's
Who-
the
who
Jen
is-
Shaw of it all. And
Who is
she
Whitney?
really spoke with Whitney the other day,
Who
and
is
she
Whitney?
yes, Whitney. I know. She and Heather having problems with each other right now. You know, it's the leaving the Mormon church, and Whitney's very triggered and said some rumors about Lisa.
Who's okay? She goes, as you know, in Arizona, there was some sort. I was like,
Does she
Myra
know?
is in
Myra
Chicago?
literally is in Chicago dealing with her son that drank a bottle of bleach and
that
is
you're
recovering.
fucking outing on national TV as being suicide. Like, I'm just like,
Can you drink bleach though? How, I thought like it would burn you. Let's Google it. I need to know. I do realize that I need to know. What happens if you drink
I mean, it probably burns your insides.
bleach? I am sure it disrupts your gut biome. What happens when you drink bleach? Okay, poison control. When lower concentration household bleach is swallowed, irritation of the mouth, throat, and gastrointestinal tract can occur. This can result in nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. Consumption of concentrated bleach can lead to permanent gastrointestinal damage and may result in death.
Okay, so it's a serious. Obviously,
Yeah.
I mean, it's very. I just was like, I just felt very uncomfortable.
It's corrosive. But a bottle? How big was the bottle? He seems like, I would think, like, what?
Wouldn't you be like
Wouldn't you be like,
in hospital?
yeah, forever, kind of? Maybe he was for a long time.
And like obviously, Myra is cool with Meredith talking about it. I just was like, wouldn't be me. I mean,
No.
I don't think my sister, if we were talking, would want me to share that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how it is in my family.
No, I
What do you
think
think?
most people, I wouldn't share
Yeah.
that about another person unless I had explicit
Unless they wanted me to.
consent from all parties that they
Yeah.
were like, please share.
Yeah.
But then I would also not, I would explain it. I wouldn't just leave it at a dramatic, like, he drank a bottle of piss. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't, it's sensationalized.
Not piss.
I know, but like, it
He
has
drank-
the same thing. And then
He drank a bottle of piss.
he ate a whole handful of feces. And you're like, wait, I have so many questions. Like, what are you talking about? Can you please elaborate? Like, what? And the way it's masterful.
It was masterful.
It was the way.
Um,
Your stomach and esophagus would experience severe burns. Depending on how much you drank, there is even a chance of death unless you seek medical attention completely.
medical didn't.
Assuming you make it to the hospital in time, the bleach can be removed and your life can be spared, but you'd still be in a lot of pain in the meantime. To deal with your now damaged stomach and esophagus, you may have to undergo 2 surgical procedures known as an esophagectomy and colon interposition. During these, the stomach and part of the esophagus are removed and replaced with your small intestine, so you'll be able to digest food. Since you'd lack a stomach for the rest of your life, you couldn't swallow solid foods anymore. Instead, they'd have to be ground up or liquefied first to make it easier on your remaining digestive tract. Okay, so maybe if he's eating a bean salad,
He's good.
maybe it was a dollhouse bottle.
No, I'm not trying. It's really sad, but like
It just is like, I have more questions
It was just
than
a jarring.
answers.
It was like an unexpected.
No, I feel you.
It was a total detour into like.
I feel you, Gerlina.
So then we cut over
Bleachgate. We need to investigate.
Bleachgate. Then honestly, the rest of the episode is a big old snooze to me.
Yeah,
I like don't even want to talk about it.
I know. Let's see.
Basically, the only good part was the
Heather
choir
steps
instructor
out in
has a hot boy lover
yeah, the mustache man.
who looks like a Tom of Finland guy.
Yeah, he's like a 70s playgirl model.
I was so into that. It was clearly a bear cub dynamic. And
I'm into Corey, the choir gay.
He's hot.
Mm-hmm.
He's great.
He's hot. He's just trying to get the girlies to sing. They don't want to sing and they'd rather just fight. And there's one moment where if you mess with Corey for long enough, he'll start getting cunty with you.
I hope you keep on giving cunt. I just
He
have
goes, Finally, after everyone starts arguing, they come around to sing a very underwhelming version of whatever song.
Really fast. And I'm not trying to be mean because I'm not a professional singer by any means.
But you can carry a tune.
But Heather, for all her, when she finally opened her trap and started singing, I went.
It's like, maybe you should take a seat in the back row.
Lisa should be front and center.
Honestly, Lisa's a star.
I was just like, really? This is it?
I want them to like reboot Cabaret and cast Lisa
As Sally Bowles. Everybody.
Highway in a manger, no crib for a bed. The little Lord Jesus lays down his sweet head. I was like literally radicalized back into Christianity hearing her baby Jesus manger song.
You were running with the tears slowly.
I like someone tagged me in a TikTok of her singing it for like Bravo's TikTok, and I was like, I'm literally a Christian again. Corey goes, we're all together finally. I was like, don't mess with this gay.
Lisa and Heather talk. Lisa's like, do you like me? Just tell me, Heather, do you like me as a person or not? I was like,
also they seemed fine, but then now they're not. I'm like, when did Lisa tweet this thing? Also, get over it. Lisa's a star. You're lucky to have her in your orbit. Mm-hmm. She's someone you want on your side, especially since your choir is floptastic.
Bring us in.
I know. Corey, I love nothing more than to like follow directions of like a choir leader and be like coached into like ha 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 ha. When he's saying hum and you keep your teeth apart but your lips together, I was like hum. I was doing it at home.
Fish and chips and vinegar, vinegar. Do you ever do that?
Yes.
Fish and chips and vinegar, vinegar.
Did you ever do Mommy made me mash my M&Ms? No. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms, ooh ha. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms, ooh ha. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. That was a warm-up, a vocal warm-up we would do. Because I did choir for years.
And we would go, Paula Meyer, our teacher, she would go, fish and chips and vinegar, 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 fish and chips and vinegar, something, 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 some.
And it would be around, so then someone else would be like, all of the pints, they are so good. I'm just riffing Colonel Arms style.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Ooh-ha. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Yeah, no, I was like,
what the fuck?
I would literally
Do, re, mi, fa, so.
slay in this choir. Me and Lisa should just start an a cappella group.
Let's do it. Do, re, mi, fa, so.
La, ti, do.
So, fa, mi, re, do. Do, so, fa, so, mi, so, re, so. Do, so, fa, so, mi, re, do. Do, so, fa, so, mi, so, re, so. Do, fa, fa, mi, re, do.
That was cool.
Anyway, and then we get to the weirdest part of the whole episode.
Wait.
Is when, what?
Also, not the wild rose coming in hot with the Maya Angelou quote.
I saw it.
I said
when people show you who they are, believe them.
A wise woman once said, when people show you who they are,
you must believe them. And
then she simply must not be a wild rose.
When she said it too, she went like this. Anyway, so she also walked in with a tiny
not
green.
Not literally after Kyle Richards.
I know.
I think every season.
Moratorium on that quote. White women.
You can't say that. It's enough. Enough is enough.
Enough.
The Housewives love that as like a real stick it to them point.
Heather and Whitney fight again. It's just like it's a shit show.
Yeah, and Heather can't handle it and walks away, which is the most annoying thing you can do in an altercation.
No, you stay here and you be a wild rose. You voice yourself. You stand up for what's right or wrong in this case.
This is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean.
Oh, so fucking stupid. This is a setup. This is a fucking setup.
Honestly, when someone shows you who they are,
believe them. Believe the wild rose.
When a wild rose shows you its thorns, believe them.
Heather is not being a wild rose right now. She's being a thorny bitch.
There's only one wild rose.
And it's me.
But the roses can grow in a bush, and we all grow together as a wild rose bouquet.
And then she goes, wild rose. And then Jen Shah, for some reason, when she and Angie K go to I was like, oh, are they in like Puerto Vallarta?
No, she can't leave the country. I love.
I forgot.
We're gonna go to San Diego, which also seems too close to the border of Mexico, if you ask me.
Also, no offense to San Diego, but it's the last place I'd want to go.
There's some cute spots. There's some glam spots. Remember when RHOBH they went to like that incredible hotel in San Diego?
Okay.
I'm just saying you can spend.
No, I know San Diego's really nice.
Every city has, if you spend enough money, you can do something really
No,
nice
I know.
there.
It's also just like.
But yeah, it's not like my first choice for vacation.
I mean, going to LA wouldn't be my first choice either.
Absolutely.
I'd rather go to San Diego probably.
Yeah.
But
so Jen's feuding with Dana because Dana talks shit, and I forgot what she even said because she really is boring and weird.
She goes over to Meredith's house.
Dana's like if you cast like a Bravo fan from like a Reddit group and said like, here, now you're gonna film this, and they have no idea what's going on.
Charisma.
Yeah.
The most important part of this whole moment was seeing the Marx's fridge. They're very hydrated. She goes, yeah, we don't have much food.
Drink? Would you like water? And she goes, yeah, water's fine. She goes, sparkling or still, lemon or lime. Like she can narrow it down. It's like the diagrams that are like.
And then she gives a very measly little charcuterie cheese plate that was like.
Meredith's not going to roll out a huge cheese plate. You have to go to the Wild Rose's house for that.
So Jen and Angie are in some rooftop spa with like tiki.
I think they've been at this pool a lot.
They go there a lot.
They love this outdoor pool.
And they decide to go to San Diego, and then Jen excitedly calls Meredith to invite her to come, and then she's like, I'm here with Dana.
Dana's here.
And then Jen just immediately goes, oh, well, fuck you, bitch.
She goes, well, I would have invited you, but you're talking shit, you dumb bitch. And like Dana's like, like, I'm like, come on, girly. Come on.
Also, yeah.
I mean, I know the Shah monster comes in so piping hot.
It pulverizes you.
She
even on
literally,
FaceTime.
just like fully, she King Kongs your ass.
She grabs your nuts, even no matter who you are. She goes,
yeah, like she finds nuts to grab, even if you're a woman.
Oh, you fucking bitch!
She will find nuts and grab them so tight, nuts you never even knew you had. But you will have testicles when Jen gets done with
Meredith goes, hi, Jen, I'm here with Dana. And she goes, oh, hey, Dana, you fucking bitch. Fucking bitch whore. Making fucking fun of me, talking shit, you fucking bitch.
Hey, Dana, I was going to invite your stupid bitch ass, but I heard you're talking shit, you dumb whore. So you're
fuck you. And then Dana's just like, and Meredith goes, okay, let's not have a fight in this.
This is getting a little out of control.
Getting a little out of control. She takes like butter and just randomly sticks it on the front of her nose. And she goes, okay, this is getting out of control.
This is a lot right now.
And then Jen's like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. I'm going to hang up now. But yeah, you're still invited. Fuck you, bitch. Like,
that's how you do it.
We can't.
I love Jen's directness.
You fucking whore, bitch.
Yeah, I was going to invite you, but you're talking shit, you dumb whore. So you're not invited after all. And fuck you. Go fist yourself, you dumb cunt. I'm hanging up now. Meredith, you come. You're invited. Not you, dummy. Bye. Maybe all step forward.
Into the light.
Yeah, just be direct. You don't have to invite everyone.
Advocate for yourself.
Be your own advocate.
I've been working on this with my therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And I did say, in my last session, I said, I just, you know.
You said,
and she was
how
like,
are you feeling? You go, you know what, you dumb bitch, fuck you.
No, she said, I was like, I want to be more like cunty. And she's like, then be cunty.
Yeah. Cunty and forward.
I hope you keep on
I
serving.
think like being direct and forward.
There's a difference.
Yeah. because like cuntiness can go into like passive aggression, which isn't being direct.
No.
That's a different thing, and that's a scary behavior. But like doing the Jen Shah, like not taking any shit and fighting for your goddamn life every single day is how we all should be.
She hulked out.
She did. Can't say I blame her.
Before we end, let's do a little, I hope you keep on serving.
Cunt.
I hope you keep on serving.
Cunt. Serve cunt. Serve cunt. I need a soundboard so that we can just start putting like.
And I want to hear that like Vogue, that where it goes, quack, quack, you know.
What?
You know, like in the beginning of Pure Honey, and it's like, bop, 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 bop,
oh yeah.
bop, bop. I hope you keep on serving.
Cunt.
I hope you keep on serving.
Cunt.
I hope you keep on serving.
Cunt.
And with that,
come to our show.
Dynasty Typewriter.
Dynasty Typewriter, January 11th and 18th.
January 11th, 18th,
2023. Get your tickets.
Bye.
Bye.